that one. He gave me. Set that bow up there where I can get a camera angle steady. He gave me a good shot. I may have hit him a little far forward. He's crashing up there. That's a good, oh, I hear him. I think he's down, he's down. He'd make a lot, I'm gonna give him some time though. I think I hit him a little, just a tad far forward. Might have been a heart shot. Looks like he run about 100 yards. Just blew through there like crazy. I think he's down for the count. I don't hear him no more. He was thrashing around up there. That's a good sign. A real good sign. Yes. That was his antlers ain't that big. I actually debated on shooting him or not. But he looked like a mature buck. He just got skinny antlers. Dang, these deer. Alabama deer got skinny antlers. But he was a big old body deer. I'm excited to get one. I've been hunting hard. That's the first buck I've seen. And he looked like a mature buck. We're gonna find out. See you later. Give him about an hour.
After I shot my buck, I realized there was another buck with him. As soon as I realized that, man, my heart sunk all the way to my chest. I thought, good night, I hope that wasn't a big buck that was with him. But I kept hearing this deer out there making these weird noises, kind of clearing his nostrils out, snorting halfway and looking for his buddy. I heard him grunt a few times, and when he grunted, I decided to grunt back at him. He come right over there looking for his buddy, straight to me. He's almost standing within, I don't know, 10 steps of where his buddy was standing when I shot him, except he's in a little bit more clearing. This little deer, he stood there for a long time. He was convinced that me grunting was his friend. He was looking for him really a long time. So I'm not going to sit here and make you watch all this footage. It was lasted about 15 more minutes. We'll just go on to the next cut in the film for here. I didn't figure y'all want to sit there and watch the whole 15 minutes of this buck standing there looking for his buddy, but he finally got around there, and I think he caught a just slight whiff of my ground scent. You see that nose working. Now he's getting a little bit nervous. He's going to bug out. There's that old foot stomp. I don't know if he's still convinced his buddy's over there, or If he's worried about my ground scent, I really can't tell. He licked that nose, so it makes me think he got a little whiff of me. And there he goes.
I feel a lot better now that I saw that small buck. After I made the shot, I just sat here really quiet. And I knew that there was another buck with that buck. And I was really beating myself up because I thought it might have been the bigger buck that I'm actually trying to kill. This buck, he kept making these weird little noises, almost like a snort, but not quite a snort. And he gave himself away, and he was looking for his buddy. And he wouldn't leave this area right here because he didn't quite know what happened. So it's been about my bow's hanging on a limb. I got the other arm on it, trying to hold it steady. I got a bow-mounted camera, so I got to film with the bow aimed at me. Anyway, he was looking for his buddy, and he was making these weird noises like a snort, but not quite a snort. It's hard to explain. Like he's maybe clearing his nose. And then he got to grunting. I thought, okay, he's really wanting to find his buddy. So I grunted back at him a few times, and he come straight to me. And he stood there. He was looking because he couldn't see his buddy nowhere. That's why he stood there so long. And I think maybe he finally got a little bit of ground scent of me and got nervous and left. But I'm glad it wasn't the big buck. I would have been heartbroken if that big old joker had come up here and looked at me. Me already making a shot on a deer. I'm pretty sure my deer's dead up there on top of that little hill. I'm gonna give it another 30 minutes at least. Let that buck go and get out of here. I don't want to spook nothing. I'm gonna blow this bed area out anyway, trying to get to this deer. And I'll have to give it a few days to rest, but I got plenty of other bed areas to hunt. I'm about as tight on these deer as you can get.
Well, that may not look like much, but that's everything I need in that little pouch to get my deer out of the woods. There's a rope, drag, harness, and a knife in there. That's my drag kit. Don't like dragging, but I'm hoping I ain't got too far to drag. Well, this right here is the kind of stuff I'm hunting. And all this mess right here, I'm just right on the edge of it in the SMC. That right there is the tree I really need to be in. And I know it's kind of crazy, but that's the only tree I can get a shot at anything. And if you look, I don't know if I can zoom in on that or not, but yep, it's a persimmon tree. It's got a few persimmons still left on it. And I'm really just hunting dead above that thing. So, makes for a good place. Got food source. Deer like to travel through here anyway. Anyway, let's get to look for my buck. Shot him right here. That right there is about the only opening that I had. I was in that tree right there, standing where I shot the buck. I'm about 18 yards. There's my arrow. It broke off. Got blood up. I knew it stuck in him. Let's see if I can get through this briars. Let's see what this arrow looks like. It's got blood all the way down more than half the arrow shaft, so that's good. Alright, get busy looking for blood. I've gone about 20 yards and blood's starting to already look better, splattering on these little bushes and trees and all on the ground here. So looks like a pretty good hit. He's out in there somewhere. I got good blood to follow. I'm just gonna take it real slow and easy. I already jumped one deer. Crazy. Wow, he didn't go nearly as far as I thought he did. Dude, he didn't go. Hard to see over there, but Joker didn't go 50 yards. I don't know what I heard going all the way up through the clear cut, but it wasn't him. It must have been him thrashing around in this mess. I found me a much better tree to get in, I think. Oh. Hey, buddy. Oh, what a big old joker. That's a good one there. That's a mature buck if I ever saw one. Ah. Well, I didn't hit quite as far forward as I thought. That's exactly where I was aiming, right dead on the money. That's a heart shot right there. He went 50 yards. Good looking buck right there. You can see what they live in. They live in this stuff right here. And I can't even turn around in here, much less walk, but there's just trails everywhere, meandering all through here, everywhere you look. This is the kind of trash you gotta hunt if you want to kill a deer in Alabama in October. Acorns ain't really doing much. Not a bad looking deer. Good looking Alabama deer right there. I know I don't like seeing the blood coming out the mouth and everything, but that right there indicates a perfect heart shot when he's foaming out the mouth. You can see the old pink frothy blood right there. That's what you want. He's probably a good 3 finger wide, maybe 3.5 finger wide hoof. Big old foot. He stinks. Smells like a deer. Rudd ain't even got here yet. He's a hoss. I love it. That deer big. He's heavy. Well, I'm trying to drag him back out to that gas well pad, which is just about 20 yards from here. I can just literally see it from here. There's a deer bed right there where one's been laying down. And if you look right here, there's another deer bed right there. And there's another deer bed where he's been laying right there. You see he's laying there, he's laying there, he's laying behind me. And this is in the bottom. People say the deer like to bed on ridge tops. No, sir. they like to bed in this stuff right here, the ones I hunt. Now, they do bed on ridge tops. I ain't gonna lie about it, but these deer, these Alabama deer, actually I was standing in a bed when I was videoing that bed over there. That's not a great bed, but you can tell where he's laid, kind of like a circle right here laid out. I don't want to mess this bed area up right here, so I'm going to turn and go around this little bitty section here. You say, well, deer ain't going to bed here no more. Yeah, they will. As soon as all this settles down, they'll come back in here. They feel comfortable. They're good. What they do, they expect, people walk up and down that gas line, right? And they're sitting here monitoring that gas line. You say, well, deer ain't that smart. Absolutely, they're that smart. They see you walk up and down that gas line, and then all they got to do is step out into that gas line. They hear something, they step out into that gas line, they go up or down that little gas line and shoot right back into this mess. That's called an escape route. If they don't want to do that, they could jump right over there, just about 30 yards, 40 yards if you go that way, hit that SMZ. That SMZ is pretty clear, kind of open through there. They can use it, run, and circle around you. They ain't going that way. It's just impenetrable. I mean, a deer can go that way, but ain't nothing coming in that way without them knowing it. And with a north wind, which is what we got today, then that gas well pad would be almost at their back. Well, it is at their back. It's northeast wind. Yeah, it's north wind. It'd be dead. That's what we had this morning. But my scent was just off wind of them, and my scent was blowing down that SMZ, which I didn't expect deer to be walking up and down that open SMZ. I figured they'd be coming out this corner right here where I set up. That's where they did. But I found a much better tree. I can go down that SMZ. I can actually use that a little bit to my advantage. And a lot of these trails intersect right there, and they cross that SMZ just about 50 yards down through there. And about 75, 80 yards further on down is another really good crossing. I've seen bucks cross down there, so I may hang tight to the clear cut, try to catch these deer coming in and out of their bed. I think, heck, I don't know if I can get in a tree or not without. I mean, if he's bedding right here and I try to climb one of them trees I'm looking at down there, he probably gonna see me. I don't know. Might be worth a try. I've done it before. That's the deer bed. And if you turn around and look right up, sorry for the shakiness, right up in that tree, right there, one of them pines, that's the tree I was in. How close do you need to get to a buck bed in order to kill him? You guys got to get pretty close. Well, I got my buck loaded up onto the tailgate of the truck. Probably asking, how in the world did you load that thing up by yourself? Well, I backed up to a ditch off the side of this gas well pad, and that way I didn't have quite as far to raise him up. And I did not have this plan, just want y'all to know. I backed this up. I said, well, I'm gonna back it up into a well-used deer trail. But I got to looking around, I just glanced over here. And as soon as I glanced over here, I saw this deer bed right here. It ain't very far off the road at all, or gas well pad, whatever you want to call that thing, gas line. And then right here, I found an even better bed. Right down this beat down trail that I'm walking. And you can see that bed right there. That's a beat down bed right there. Got fresh deer droppings in it. See if I can get on that. Really fresh deer droppings. Got deer hair in it. More deer droppings in the bed itself. And then you can see this trail just is beat down right through that clear cut. That lets you know that people say a buck deer will just stand up and doo-doo in his bed. Well, there's proof positive. I don't actually know it's a buck deer, but I just about bet anything it is.
And the truck's just right here. Crazy, ain't it? Deer bed there. Deer bed there. There's another one down there. I ain't walking down there to see it, but I can see it from here. You can see a little opening right down there. Another deer bed. And what these deer do, they bed out here in these clear cuts, and they just get up and move. You know, as the sun moves around, they'll just get up and move into a shade. Each one of these little locations, they ain't got to move 20, 30 yards tops. Heck, they may move to the other side of the gas line and bed down for different wind directions. I don't know, but they definitely monitoring this gas line for people walking up and down it. You guys think about that next time you're walking up and down a gas line in the thick mess. Could just be walking within 20, 30 yards of a deer bed.